Hi, my name is Eitan ben David. I serve as the Rabbi of Kehilat Shiftei Yisrael in Ra'anana. How do we raise our children with a strong sense of emunah? How do we connect them to the foundations of our faith? I want to share a perspective on this important educational question through the lens of Parashat Tzav, based on the model of the Korban Todah. In Parashat Tzav, Perek Zayin, we read about the different types of korbanot. One of them is a korban shlamim. It's a korban that's eaten by those who bring the sacrifice. And the korban todah is a unique form of a korban shlamim because it's brought with a lot of bread. It's actually brought with 40 different rolls of bread, 4 different types. This is a huge amount of food. And one can only imagine, how could one individual person eat so much food all at once? And what's even more interesting about the Korban Todah is that it needs to be eaten in a very short period of time. Most Korban Shlamim, usually they have a day, the night afterwards, and then the next day to consume the entire sacrifice. But the Korban Todah needs to be consumed on that day and the night afterwards. It's a very short period of time to consume so much food. And who brings a Korban Todah? Rashi points out that someone who suffers a catastrophe or who experiences a very dangerous situation and is redeemed from the situation or emerges unscathed from the situation. For example, it's the same people who recite the Birchat HaGomel in the Beit Knesset, people Yordei Hayam, and people who are sick and get out of the hospital, or someone who gets out of jail. So all of these types of people bring a Korban Todah. Now the question that's raised by the Netziv in his commentary Ha'emek Davar is, how could somebody eat such a huge amount of food in such a short period of time? And the Netziv presents the following explanation. He says the whole point of the Korban Todah, and I read, it's as follows: V'ha'inyan de tachlit Todah sheba lanesu kedei l'saper chasdei Hashem shegamal alav umitam ze riba hakatuv belechem umi'et bazman achilat Todah mikol shlamim. The whole purpose of the Korban Todah is to celebrate with those around you, to bring your friends and family, to bring them together so that they could hear about the salvation, the redemption, the geula that you experienced in your own life. And the Netziv draws from the following pasuk to capture this idea. He says, quotes from Perek in Hallel, Lecha ezbach zevach todah uv'shem Hashem ekra. Nederai laHashem hashalem negdan la'chol hamo. To you, Hashem, I will bring a korban. The meaning of this pasuk, Lecha ezbach zevach todah, this is, I will bring a korban todah. Uv'shem Hashem ekra, I will speak about the miracle that I experienced. I will speak forth and tell everyone about what I personally experienced and the redemption, the geula that Hashem helped me with. Negdan la'chol hamo, I'm going to feast with all these different people, b'tochechi b'Yerushalayim, in Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh. And the point is that we're supposed to bring other people into our own celebration. We're supposed to include them. We're supposed to share with them everything that we've experienced, our sense of redemption. Now, Rav Nebenzahl connects this idea of the Korban Todah with 2 other halachot that are quoted in the Shulchan Aruch. First of all, when we recite Birchat HaGomel in the Beit Knesset, we try to have 10 people. We try to have a minyan. And he explains that the reason for this is, again, so that you have a community of people surrounding you, so that you can share of your own redemption with your family and friends, so that they can experience a little bit of the magic, a little bit of the salvation that you experienced. Also, and this connects to Inyane Dioma, there's a discussion about the bracha that we recite after Megillah, after Kriyat Megillah. We recite 3 brachot before at night and 1 bracha afterwards. Now the bracha afterwards, has the following phraseology: Harav et rivenu. Thank you, Hashem, for being the one who fights our fight. V'hadan et dinenu, and the one who executes our judgment. And the question is, why do we have this bracha? What is the meaning of this bracha? And especially in light of the fact that we've already thanked HaKadosh Baruch Hu for she'asa nisim la'avotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. We've already recited this earlier bracha before reading the Megillah. So why do we need the second bracha after the recitation of the Megillah? But the key point here, and this is what Rav Nebenzahl points out, is that we also have to have a minyan. It's recommended, at least according to Rav Moshe Isserles, to have a minyan when we recite Harav et Rivenu. Now, I want to suggest the following meaning for this bracha. There is a fundamental difference between she'asa nisim la'avotenu and the bracha of Harav et Rivenu v'hadan et dinenu. She'asa nisim la'avotenu is really about what happened to our ancestors, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu saved us in the time of Chanukah, in the time of Purim, and delivered us from our enemies at different points in Jewish history. And that's about our enemies. We do touch upon the fact that it relates to us in present times. She'asa nisim la'avotenu bayamim hahem uvazman hazeh. But it's really about the past. However, after having read Megillat Esther, we then live the experience of the redemption of Am Yisrael for ourselves. And we feel it as if we experienced it ourselves. And therefore we say in much stronger language, Harav et Rivenu, Hashem, you fought our battles. You fight our battles. You execute our judgment. You deliver us just like you delivered our ancestors throughout Jewish history. I think that this model of the Korban Todah, as well as this example of Birchat HaGomel, as well as the example of Harav et Rivenu, are very meaningful in our own generation. Try coercing or forcing a child or a youth, or even a congregant, to believe something or to do something, and you get immediate resistance or pushback. However, when you speak through personal narrative, when you share a personal story, when a person or a parent or an educator or a rabbi speaks in the first person and speaks about their own emunah and speaks about their own experience and connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the miracles and the salvation that they themselves have experienced, this has the ability to penetrate very deeply in the souls and minds of our congregants, our friends, our family, our students, and their children. So Bezrat Hashem, we should be able to we should be able to offer the Korban Todah, but in the meantime, the reading of the Megillah, through Birchat HaGomel, and through sharing our own experiences, our own journeys, our own connections, our own moments of delivery, we will have the ability to inspire the next generation of Jews. Chag Purim Sameach.